Again, Stanley Parable, Ultra Fun. So, that is the plan for today. The plan is to actually, get this going. It'd been really nice to actually do it. And like I said before, it's really weird being told, well, asked rather, to put the time in for a game, because usually games won't do that. They don't like ask you that. They just sort of like just put you straight into it. So anyway, so here we are. I just need to copy the link here, share that, put it into my Facebook messages, and there we go. Away we go. Set this up properly. Make sure it's caught up to date. Okay, so here we go. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, right, I'm in control. Right, sweet, okay. So, should I step out of the office? I'll use the C++, let's go! Ooh, it's very floaty. I hate Mondays. Well, Mondays aren't terrible, they're not great, but I can crouch? Why? Why is there two buttons for crouch? Okay, I'm not going to question it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, nice PC there. Do something. I just like work. Just hate my boss. Yeah, well, story of most people's lives, that is, I think. Nice picture. Home time? Yes, home time, I agree. That's the way we should definitely go home. It's very eerie. I love that I can tap X like it sounds like a keyboard. Oh, I push button. Oh, that makes me think. What else can I push? Okay, we'll go to the door, I guess. Renovation. Where is the meeting room anyway?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door.
Did you see the who farted on the cupboard desk? No, I didn't actually see that, unfortunately. because I'm not that observant. Yeah. Door closed. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. I did. Ooh, wait.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Who moved my desk? Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizer guy. I hope that's not me. Marketing Mondays. We broke Wednesday. Oh, no. Financial panic meeting. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. And who's the whiteboard manager exactly? Oh, hang on. Who's changing the slides? Rate at which time Charles shows slide. Ah. Oh, okay. The boss appreciation minute. I never read that one. I didn't work. Not that I was over the boss. Yeah, poor Franz. He did mention Franz. Oh, the broom closet!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. You want me to stay in the broom closet? Alright, we'll stay in the broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Yep,
no reason to still be here.
No, we're going to sit right here. We are being told to sit, we will sit.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Yeah.
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yes. Sweet FA.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I like brooms. I like broom.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
And who are you
I
to
never
tell me
would
that?
have thought to mention it.
Funky town.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Maybe.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
One more comment.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's so funny.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. Downstairs. To the scary room. What's under the stairs? That letter.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Yeah, trippy.
So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
No, we're not.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn
is this an ending?
ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. Obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, so she just left the dead body. Oh, poor Stanley. Oh. I want to push a button. Let me push a button.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, no.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I'm going. Round 2, yeah, I agree.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Oh, yeah.
he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't. I went right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I've gone right. It's too late. I've gone right. Where's the employee lounge? Do I really want to go to the lounge? Do I want to go to the lounge, though? Oh, I suppose I haven't got any choice.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Dead. That's me.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Well, I mean, at least they got coffee, right? Everyone needs a coffee.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Fine, I'll leave.
At this, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, but should I take the first door on the left, or should I carry on straight forward? That's the question. Oh, which way? Just wondering what I want. You reckon I should go forward? Yeah, forward. I think we should go forward.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Stuff on the road, yeah. Great. Cool. Is it me or is that desk a bit high? I don't know. Oh, speed ahead. Oh, the door didn't close. Oh, it just did. Cool. This is something how to pour or something. Wicked. It's like Amazon, but smaller.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who? Who's been waiting? Forklift truck. We'll go forklift. Oh! Oh my God!
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
To
reach out. Oh, no. You just unplugged the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Great.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I don't want to. Oh. Hooray for nihilism. Yay! Okay, I'm here.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we
time.
can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
I could have done that.
Dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately,
I wish I could.
It seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Fine. Yeah, I see him. Oh, nice, still open for me. The fence wasn't there to start with, but yeah. I could have probably jumped to the catwalk before. Hang on, what am I meant to go for that other door? I'm confused now. Hey!
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
If that door on the right opens, I should go back through there again.
Always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I love it. I love it. So good. That's funny. Yeah, okay, we got to go over the left side. There you go. Happy now? Oh.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage?
You're everywhere.
It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Ah, no! Gnarly.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. Yep. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Well,
oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did he? Did he though?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Hey.
Behave exactly as Stanley. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. You'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I ain't good. He's not saying anything.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
We'll do one more time.
He entered the door on his left.
No, one more time.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Right, yeah, okay, so...
behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Do you really think?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, we'll do another couple of times so we see if we can actually get the ball.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
Stanley went through the door on the right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. behave exactly as Stanley
Well, I don't
would.
think he's boring
That
up,
means
but
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. No matter. It's funny, regardless. All right.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to
went down.
Staircase,
Oh, we can't
Stanley
go down.
Upstairs to his boss's office.
There is no down. Okay. There was a down earlier. Oh. Ooh, swanky. I don't want to go in there.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I don't want to enter the code. Just stick around. See what he does. Stanley wants to leave.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I see it. Yeah. That's pretty windy though, isn't it? Pretty windy, I suppose.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Is it though? Yes, I do.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
I did.
Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, fucking Interstellar.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley,
weird out-of-body experience.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
You learn something every day.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need
Poor
time
fella.
to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
The credits are still moving.
As you need.
Awesome. That was oh no. Back here again. Hey!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The Stanley was pushing buttons. Oh. 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 Beep, 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 beep. Oh. Oh. I can open and close that one. Creepy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
How does an audience play? So basically what happens is at certain points there'll be decisions
there was
to
not a
make,
single person
and
here either.
you can help me play the game essentially.
Stanley decided to
That's
go
not
up to his
style.
boss's office. Hoping he'd
I
come
went
into
down.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Yeah,
boss's
we're
office.
going to the boss's office again.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
is the same
stunned
office.
to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number.
Should we stay here or
2845.
put the code in?
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I haven't been in this room. It's meant to be the same room, but I'm not so sure. Nah.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
No. Guess I would never have known that. Don't put the code in. No, I agree. We're not going to do that.
2845.
I'll play piano. Why? Why don't I do it? I wait for him.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
Oh,
and
no.
the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, what did he do?
Oh, that's great. Do I really want to know? Do I? Fuck it. Go on then. Oh, there's no left or right, it's just literally left. Oh, is something behind there? Ooh. Dark corner. So this is obviously a separate way from where he wanted me to go, I guess. I don't know.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, well. We'll do it again. We'll do it. We're going to go for it.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Yeah, me neither. Is the other thing getting smaller? I don't know. I guess. No. I can't push it again.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly
Yay.
the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision
check.
you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
I'm not surprised.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Oh, so you should be. Do.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
It's amazing. Oh, look, a brand new area.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? It's time once again to go back out in the elevator. I can't even begin to know what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I can't. Oh. Is it the boss's office? Looks the same to me.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Awesome. Oh. Remember, if you do like what you see, please like and subscribe.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Great.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
All right, so you should.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator.
Yep.
How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
And I'm back. So, I'll push the button to go back up again.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story,
well, you guys
the
are making
characters?
decisions, so.
Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you, which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. How we did it, the appearance. The guy who went to Mars. Live? Sweet. Live on stage? World peace, baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
The world's first sentient machine. Yeah, nice. We need more of them. Doing great. The conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage, Rock. Break a leg, champ. Your boss. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get him, Tiger. Stanley, me, Dad. Age 6. Story. The dude who came up with pizza. I mean, is that racist? I mean, is it? I don't know. All right, people, brace yourselves. Woo! Yeah! It's me, Stanley. Hey, it's my crowd, my boys. Today is me. Why have I got a feeling? Yeah, that's what I thought was happening.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Awesome.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That was great. That was brilliant. The button's not there anymore, it's gone. Oh. Look, I keep finding that button. I bet that's something, isn't it? It's gotta be. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
doors,
I'm
going to
he
left.
entered the door on his left.
There you go. No, I wouldn't have done actually. No, I'd have got bored.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is it the same office as last time? It is this office again.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it
the question
an
is, should we go
extra
down,
pin
then back
number,
up, then down to the spooky one?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Right, so let's go down and then see what the corridor's like. And if it's not the spooky one, like it's up to you guys. Should we go in the first time or the second time? Oh, it's the spooky one. So do you want to go up and down again, or should we just keep going? It's up to you guys. Come on, make that decision. Let's go. Alright, we're going. Alright. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, guys. Mind control or escape? Now, see, normally I would be, me being me, I'd be like, just go to mind control. Alright, we're leaving. So we're leaving.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Stanley.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah. The audience has decided we are going down the escape route.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Yes, we are.
And willingly confront his death.
Why not? This doesn't look good. Goodbye, cruel world. Whoa! Hey, love. Oh, we're still going. No. Hey, still alive. Alright, cool. Where are we?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh, wicked.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye. Oh, meet you head on. Oh, hey.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, wicked. Okay. Boxes. Boxes. Can't type on boxes. Oh, whoa. Creepy. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
That is a good question. What did he think? When
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, this is like the, what do they call it? The, elements for making the levels, is it? It's gotta be. That's so cool. I love this kind of stuff. Finally, Garrett. Oh. More computers. Doors, 1, 2, 3. Cool. And these are the amazing people that have made this game. Amazing. Perfect. So, obviously, we're going to explore this place a little bit more. The maintenance room. Oh, you would all have got the stairs. Fun. A war zone? Why is there a war zone? I guess this is something I will find. How in development we designed the ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realised that shortly after starting the build, it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. I mean, you know, like, there's nothing wrong with shooting games, but people who take it seriously need to be told. Dear narrator, will the Stanley Parable... Oh, I was reading that! How do you make a JRPG? No one cares. JRPGs are JRPGs. They're all good. The cargo lift. It's just like the... Oh, right, look, it tells you, like, different routes and things. That's really weird. It's funny, but it's weird at the same time. It's so good. I was elected to load, not to read. Yeah. Oh. Levers. I can't put them. That's so like, counterintuitive to me. Buttons. I want to push button. The game is now paused. Begin the game again, resume the game. Oh, it's just a menu. But the elevator. Not the elevator. Huh? Oh. Okay. Well, there's so much around.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Can
you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two.
Oh,
you
shit!
Can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat
I don't think I'll be doing that.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Hey! Yes, splat, yes. And we're back in the room.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I don't mean to make anyone up.
Simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I'm married too. I can't push a button. Alright. Okay, let's keep going.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
See, one day he's going to say go right. I swear to God he's going to say it one day. Go to the right.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
No one here.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I feel like I'm just repeating whatever we've done.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Awesome. This is the deluxe. Actually, it was free this month on PSN, so like, you know,
feeling
free ultra deluxe editions, whatever.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the open passageway.
Stanley, push button. "24 endings, amazing. Whoo! I think I've done like 5 or 6 of them already."
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Who knows? No one wants to follow the rules.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
You play like a game like Final Fantasy. You don't want to go the right
Stanley
way.
thought to himself.
You know?
Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, do I really want to find out though? I should just chill. Well, there's a lot of cigarettes around here. I want to. Bong, 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 bong. Do.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Who's number 1? Da, 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 da. Oh.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it?
Productive so far.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Time to dance to that tune. I don't want to push buttons. Push buttons. If only break out of. And here we see Stanley. He is pushing number 1. No. Number 2. No. You gotta push it. What about that motherfucker just pushed that button, motherfucker? I don't know. The facility of power. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Oh. Bam, 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 bam.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power,
Oh,
he knew it was his duty,
guys.
his obligation, to put an end to this horrible
On or
place
off?
and to everything it stood for.
On or off? Oh. On. Here we go.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Power.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
Okay.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood.
You gonna turn it off again?
Anyway.
Should I turn it
I'll
off?
tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
Yeah,
I
you
turned
reckon?
off the machine. I set you
know.
free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever,
made your
pushing
choice. Oh my
buttons
God.
endlessly and then dying alone.
Okay, we've got like a minute
Other
left.
times, I let the office sink into
However
the
many
ground,
people say
swallowing
on,
everyone
I'll turn it
inside,
on.
or I
If
let
more
it
people
burn
say
to a
off,
crisp.
I turn it off.
I have to say this, though.
You
This
got a minute.
version of events has been rather
Got a minute.
amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the
Let it
next
go.
go around will be
Okay, we've got
even
one.
better.
One for
My
on.
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
2 for
You know
on.
what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
No!
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time is
Still going.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that
Yeah,
you
I
have
know
no
you're
idea
doing
where
it,
you're
but
going
it's
or
the
what
first
you're
time we're
supposed to
here.
be doing
First time
right
we're here.
now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment
true.
that you're
There are more
powerless.
buttons.
To see you made whole. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Awesome, awesome. The ending is never the ending. There we go. We're back again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Deja vu. A little bit. Where's that button? I can't see the button. The button that I pushed. Oh, it's not there. Now I see a mushroom cloud over somewhere. Yeah, it's probably my house. New content? Okay, well, should we go that way or go and push the other button? I mean, this is the choice. The button or the door? Probably not ready for the new content yet. No, maybe not.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
I mean,
doors,
yeah, it's right there, it's
the
true,
door
but
on his left.
button.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
If I had a sprint button, he'd hate that. Like, just be able to run through the whole thing.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
I did. Well, I mean, we could always go back in there again if you really want to. Oh my god. Whee! It's a very clever game. I'm actually really enjoying this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not going to go down here, but what I'm going to do...
Although this passageway had the word, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I just wanted to see what he was going to say. You're saying long enough in the rest of the playthrough. Literally brought it up. Oh, right, okay. Well, then I'll do that next time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe. We'll see.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
What number are we?
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I don't know what number we are.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Be like,
his own life in someone else's
control. Can you imagine
control?
someone just sitting there in an office room with all these TVs around them, just looking at all going, yes, let's just check if they're doing their jobs properly.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well,
but here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Straight to the door,
for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Maybe. Okay, so we'll just turn it off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Wrong choice.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
True.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
It's like Call of Duty 3.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
The Truman Show!
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
He was happy. Yes, with that lovely square head of his. Amazing. Oh, I love it. He's going to go back in, right? Here we go again. Right, let's go stand in the broom closet a bit longer and see
All
if
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
In all fairness, I'm not really looking that hard. Okay. Button. Okay, let's go and piss off the narrator again in the broom closet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did, yeah. Pretty genius like that. Boardroom.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I will. Do. Just sit here, right? Fab. Oh, God. Yeah. Let's clean up afterwards. Having a rave. Come on. Is he really not going to say anything? Come on, he's got to say something. Oh. Just trying to goad him a little bit. Oh, he can't stay in here forever. Oh man, I'm so impatient. Oh, my brain's like, go, I must leave. We'll come back. My poor head.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I got an idea. This time we should push the button to turn the machine on. See if that door opens.
Here's the door. Just go.
Yeah. I love this. So awesome.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, we're back here again.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
The same thing it held like 2 times ago?
To find out.
Do.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Yeah. We've got to do that.
Revealed.
Yeah, we've got to try and jump off the lift.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I don't know.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept his own life in someone else's control. Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Where's 4? Where's 4? Ugh. If that's 4, up there, which makes a horrible sort of sense to me. Yeah, I can't go up apparently. What? Why can't I go up? I can't go up. Oh, why can't? Why have they done that? Is that just to annoy me? Don't know how I feel about that. It's gonna really piss me off. It makes me itchy. Okay. I can't go up. Press 5. Yeah, I know. I don't want to push 5 though. It's not in order, is it? Do you think it's opened it? No, it's still closed. Bucker. Oh. What's this button do? Button. Nah, that's what I was thinking. Well, I'm going to start the timer and go and check that door. Because there's a door back there that I think is going to open.
And when at last he found the source...
Shut up.
Oh, Stanley. You didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Exactly. Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Yeah,
in the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
All right.
This is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
The door's open.
You are the star. It's your story now.
The
Shape
gate's
it to your
open.
heart's desires. Oh, this is much
1,
better than what I had in mind. What a
2.
shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything,
Zero?
take back
Wait,
the control
is it 0?
wrested away from you.
Where's the 0?
Rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
I think I'm going
to die. Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I
too
say,
late now, because I'm an idiot. Oh, that's so, yeah. Right then. Well, I will turn it off for now, and I will have to come back to this. This has been, you know, hilarious, and I will be doing another episode of this next week. And please remember, if you like this, to like and subscribe. I know we could do more, but I will be doing the same thing again. Oh, you know what, I'll go look at the broom closet and then I'm going. It's a phone ringing. But yeah, this has been great, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. So yeah, and when we hit the new content as well, and
when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, We're going to check this broom closet and then I'm going. Fatal, just more broom.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
there you go,
Stanley
Rich.
decided to go
It's
up to
boarded
his
up.
boss's office, hoping he
remember,
might find
like I
an
said,
answer
to
there.
like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.